Hello. I'll wait a moment till somebody arrives. I'll just drink my coffee till then. Although maybe you've all gone Christmas shopping. I don't know. Maybe you have. I'll get my crochet while I wait for you. Da, da, da. Da, 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 da. You're making me wonder now if I made it public. I'm sure I did. I can't go back and do it. I have to start all over again from the beginning if I go back. So I'll just have to wait and see if anybody comes on. Ah, somebody's come on. I have made it public. Hi, Esther. For once, it's not raining, Esther. For once. Yeah. It actually tried to be sunny today. It actually did. Oops. Nearly pulled my ball of wool on the floor then. Nobody came on for a minute or two. I was beginning to wonder if I'd made it public. I thought, oh my goodness, don't tell me I have to start all over again. Because it won't let you go back a page. You know, to make it public, you have to start all over again. I thought everybody would be Christmas shopping today. I've not been. I've been tangling in with the garage. Ah, well. Doing my crochet. I'm on the second front. Well, there's 5 people in, but nobody's talking to me. Except you, Esther. Oh, hello, Sophie. I was beginning to think there was just going to be me and Esther in here. Have you done all your Christmas shopping, everybody? I think I've finished. Well, I've not finished with the food, obviously, but I've finished with the few presents that I do buy. I've finished with them. The last ones arrived this morning, I think. Yes, they did. There's something coming tomorrow. No, nothing's coming tomorrow. Well, it is, but it's not presents. I'm waffling. You'll have to excuse me. I'm doing a waffle. Have you got your decorations up? I found my elves on the shelves. I've got one there and one on the other side that you can't see. They usually sit on the Christmas tree, but the Christmas tree's not up yet. Well, I've got 8 people in now and nobody else is speaking to me. We're like Billy No Mates, aren't we? Come on, come out, wherever you are. Come and speak to Janet and Sophie and Esther. It's unusual we've not. Oh, we've got Linda. Here we go. We were beginning to feel like Billy No Mates, weren't we? No, I've got another friend who doesn't do Christmas, so you're not on your own. Nathan doesn't do Christmas either. Oh, gosh. I'm getting me wool in a tangle. Getting me wool in a knot. Oh. If you hear me groaning, my back's killing me. Oh, no, I don't know. That's the opposite, you see. I don't do Halloween. I don't do it. Well, hello, Nathan. Tra-la-la. Oh dear. Well, I hope you're all right. It's not been bad here actually today. It's been trying to be sunny. Not managed it much, but it's tried to be sunny, yeah. Wreaking havoc with your asthma. Oh dear. Yeah, I saw that you were cross-stitching butterflies. I saw it on Facebook, Sophie. Oh, it's dusty where you are, is it, Enid? I think the wet here's dampened down everything. No, for once it's not raining today. I Shad. For once it is not raining. You were sharing the video on Facebook. Oh, right, thank you. You bought yourself a Gucci perfume. Oh. I bought myself CK1 the other day because nobody bought me any, so I bought it myself. Oh, dear. Oh, you had a gift card, I see. I thought you were the last of the big spenders. Well, I'm on the second front of my cardigan. Oh, dear. And how's Shad? Nothing else has bitten you, has it, since last week? I like jasmine. I've actually got a candle with jasmine. Body Shop used to do a jasmine oil, but they don't do it anymore. No, I can't bear anything that's too strong. Well, it wouldn't be bad if ladies just did a little squirt, but no, they'd drown themselves in it. Oh, dear. Well, no, it's been nice here today. For a change, Linda, for a change, it's been nice. It's not been blowing a gale, it's not blown anybody off the prom. It's actually tried to be sunny. Tried to. You've had 7 bites. Is that a snake or is that a spider? You've had 7 bites. Oh, God, get rid of that thing. Get an exterminator in. I'm not sure what a brown recluse is. Is it a spider? Am I guessing? I'm sure if it was a snake, you'd have found it by now. It's bitten Shad 7 times. Oh, spiders, I hate the things. Did I tell you last week my friend's got a giant African snail for Christmas? Not for Christmas dinner, I mean as a pet, yeah. Oh. Can you not get an exterminator in or something to get rid of it, Shad? It obviously doesn't like you if it keeps biting you. You're in its territory. It's decided your house is where it lives. I would have to sleep outside in a tent if it was biting me. You sprayed and you can't find it. Ooh, it's obviously finding you, isn't it? Have you hung all your bedding outside and made sure the bed's it's not hiding down the mattress somewhere? Oh, you're just bragging it's hot just because we're all suffering in the cold. Oh dear. I'm not complaining though today. It's not been bad. Yeah, it's biting you at night, so therefore it coming into your bed, isn't it? So I'd shake all your sheets and your bedding and everything, shake them all outside and, make sure hoover down the bed or something. Oh, to put me off going to sleep if I knew it was biting me. I'd have to be in a sleeping bag with it zipped up. You've done all those things. Oh, God. What eats spiders? Can't you borrow something that eats spiders? Oh, I'd have to get the exterminator in. I'd have to get the bug man in. Having said that, I haven't done that with my mouse, but I haven't seen it since. People say it's still here, but I haven't seen it and I haven't heard it. Yeah, snake would probably get rid of it. But then again, will the snake bite you? Oh, I shouldn't laugh, should I? I don't like snakes either. I would have to move if I had a spider that kept biting me. My friend who's got the giant snail, she's got a snake and she's got about 8 or 9 tarantulas. Ugh. I've never been to a house, I said, and I don't want to now. Don't like things like that. I'm wearing glitter today, Shad. Glitter in honour of Christmas trees. So I'm shining. I'm shining like a candle in the dark. I've got my candle lit, but you can't see it, can you? There it is. Yeah, I'm all sequins today. Sequins. I put all my other necklaces all into their own individual little bags, but I haven't put them in the right drawers yet. I've got a little drawers for every colour. I've got a red drawer, green drawer, whatever. Some have to share a drawer though, because I haven't got enough drawers to have one for every colour. But I've put them in their bags, I just haven't put them in their drawers yet. I'm part way there. Part way. I've been cleaning the window and sorting out the plants today and putting my little stickers on the windows, ready for Christmas. And found my nativity. I did think I'd lost Joseph. Couldn't find Joseph anywhere. And then I looked at the box and what I thought was one of the kings holding what was actually supposed to be Joseph. But I thought it was a king because it was holding something gold. And I thought, gold, frankincense, myrrh. But apparently there's only 2 kings there and there's 2 shepherds and 2 kings on my nativity. An angel Gabriel. And two little cows and a sheep. I lost my original one. I think I told you when I moved to Fleetwood. The one I'd had from being a child got accidentally thrown away. I'm really sad about that because I'd had that all that time. 20 below tomorrow. That's why it's coming in to bite you. It's cold. It's living in the roof or somewhere, hiding away during the day. And it comes down because it's cold and it wants to be with you at night. You wouldn't mind if it didn't bite you. Eat a lot of garlic or something, maybe it won't bite you anymore. Cover yourself in something horrible that they don't like. Body oil stuff that they don't like, yeah. I know mosquitoes don't like lemon, do they? But I don't know what spiders don't like. I'm not surprised. I'd have moved out. Anybody got any tips for Shad here? How we can get rid of his spider? Oh, itch. God, I've got a red nose already. I'm like Rudolph. Hello, Amanda. Yeah, happy Saturday to you. Wearing your clothes to bed. I would. I'd put elastic bands around my trouser legs. I'd have them taped up. Gaffer tape around the end of my trouser legs and the end of my sleeves. Gloves. Hat. Scarf. I'd leave as much of myself covered up so there's nothing left to bite. I'm surprised you can get to sleep. I'd be like that all night. In case you're wondering what we're talking about, Amanda, Shad has got a spider and it's a venomous one and it keeps biting him. Oh dear. I know, it's horrible, Amanda. I'd have to move out if I had one of them. He's been bitten 7 times. I'd have to fumigate, get one of them, like a bomb thing that you set on fire. Don't you have to come out because it, and it fills your house with smoke. We had to do that once when we were overrun with wasps. They were everywhere, these wasps, all in my son's bedroom. So we had to get one of those smoke bomb things and light it and shut the door. My son had to sleep downstairs. You've done that, have you? Oh, God, I don't know then. Ask her to pet shop what spiders don't like. Or tell the pet shop man to come and catch it and he can have it. Yeah. Do they charge you for pest control over there? Can you not get him out, the pest control man? I mean, they charge over here. You know, for mice and stuff like that, they charge you. I don't think he's seen any eggs. It's just this blooming spider that keeps coming and biting him. You must be very tasty, that's all I can say, Shan. Hi, Jane. Howdy doody. Oh, I'd have to get some helping, Shad. You're making me itch just thinking about it. Ugh. I went all peculiar when I saw the mouse. Ugh. Yeah, they're like a smoke bomb, aren't they? They're supposed to kill things. I know they used to do it when people had fleas back in the day, years and years ago, when housing was terrible and people lived in slums. They used to come and do what they call stove. They used to seal all the letterboxes and the windows up, and then they used to go in and pump this gas stuff in the house to kill all the fleas off. I'm going back then when, I mean, housing was poor. A lot of it was poor, damp and poor. Yeah, not my house, I hasten to add, but some people weren't as as clean as my mum. You know, my mum was always washing stuff. Yeah. Yeah, there was a. Hi, Helen. There was a spate of bed bugs over in the UK. It seems to have gone a bit quiet now. But I know everybody was complaining. All these hotels, they were doing all they could to get rid of them. And yeah, there was like a spate. Hello. Oh, must be getting windy. Something just moved. Oh, I heard this clatter this afternoon and I thought, oh, what the heck was that? I knew it was in the house somewhere. Looked all around, couldn't find anything. Looked in every room. I came in the kitchen eventually and looked what time it was, and it was the clock. It had fallen off and smashed the glass. Hi, Val. So I've got a clock. It's still going, but it's got no glass now. But it's still ticking away there. Maybe I can put it back on the wall without a glass. Maybe I can. I don't feel like buying another clock, not this side of Christmas. How's your shoulder, Val? Have you heard anything different? Yeah, it's definitely got windy out there. I can hear something being blown about. It's probably empty plant pots. You've had physio, oh right. And has it improved? Sometimes physio helps and sometimes physio makes it worse. Did they do anything or did they just give you a list of instructions? It's snowing. Oh, can keep that, Jane. Don't want any snow. We don't really get snow here because of the salt in the air, you know, being near the sea. That coffee taste is awful. But you got a list of instructions. I thought you would, yeah. They have money for jam, them physiotherapists these days. They don't do anything, do they? They don't earn their very high salary, that's for sure. Well, my niece is coming, not tomorrow, next week, to take me shopping. So I don't have to bother getting any food in. Oh, that reminds me, what am I supposed to be getting out for me? I was supposed to be getting something out the freezer for tomorrow. I'll have to do it before I go to bed. All my things are in the freezer now because of, you know, the fridge. Oh, he's coming to do my fridge on Thursday, getting me a new thermostat. It is working, but he did say it might go off again. So he's ordered me a new thermostat. So hopefully I'll be able to buy some food in for Christmas. I've been, you know, reluctant to buy anything fresh. I've just bought things for the, you know, for the freezer. Hello, Dottie. No, I don't think we get it by the coast here. I don't think we get snow. I think it would be a novelty. We've had sleet, we've had hailstones, but I don't think we've had snow. When I first moved here 4 years ago, there was about half an inch of snow fell, yeah. Yeah, press the like button. There's 31 people in and I've only got 13 thumbs. Thanking you. Please and thank you. And please. Not begging, but please. If it's somebody that I like, that's the first thing I do when I put the video on, just in case I forget afterwards. Because if it's somebody that I like, I more or less know I'm going to like the video. If it's somebody I've not watched before, I do watch it first before I put a like on it. Thank you, Jade. I'm on my second front. It's going to be quite lacy, but it's to go with a couple of summer dresses anyway, so it won't matter. Maybe it'll be like a string vest and the holes will keep me warm. Oh dear. That's my doorbell. If you want to know who it is, it'll be my next door neighbour. I told you she's got OCD. Hi, Chris. Yep, there she goes. Up the street, up the drive, down the drive, back in, lock the door. Every day she does it at least twice, every night. I'm sure she's got OCD. From who? Oh, I've not heard from him for about 2 years or more. He might go on somebody else's channels, I don't know. No, he fell out with me about a couple of years ago. I've not heard him since. And I've never gone on, well, on his channels. I've never watched him. Yeah, Miguel and his chickens. Oh, God. No, I don't watch him, so I don't know. You should have a look if he still does his videos, if you're interested, Shad. Hi, Ethan. Yes, it wouldn't bother me so much, Chris, but she tinkles me blooming doorbell every time she does it because it catches her on the camera. And sometimes I can be just dozing off and tingling, and I think, oh, she's at it again. If she's that bothered about anybody up and down her driveway, why don't she get a camera? Well, if I turn it off, I'll forget to turn it on again. Oh, dear. It only rings on my phone anyway now. It doesn't ring in the house anymore. So at least it's a lot quieter than it used to be. She'll probably come out again before we all go to bed. Oh, dear. Hi, Ethan. How are you doing? No, it's the door. She walks across the camera on the door when she's looking up and down the drive. But she does it at least twice a night, so that's what annoys me. She just sticks her head out the door and goes like that. Yeah, but her front door is straight facing mine, Val, so I can't really alter the range of the view. She comes out the front door and she looks up and down the drive like that. And then she goes in and locks the door. But she does it at least twice a night, yeah. A wall, yeah. She doesn't do it in the daytime, she just does it at night. She starts about 9 o'clock and then she goes out again about 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock. Before she goes to bed, she has another look up and down. I think she's got OCD, Jane. Honestly, I think she can't help herself. I don't know what she has to check for. Her car alarm, they've got 2 cars, and the alarms, believe me, would wake in Blackpool. They're that loud. So she can't be checking if the cars are still there, because honest to God, you know. When the cars go off, you know, sometimes occasionally they've gone off if it's been very, very windy. Believe you me, you know it when they go off. It's like a fire alarm. Well, you'd have laughed at me today. I went in the garage and I got the tree out. But it had been on a window bottom, the tree and the ornaments, and they were damp. The box was damp. So I picked up the bag with the ornaments in it and it started to disintegrate. It was like a laundry basket, you know, them plastic laundry things with zips on. So I managed to get it in across the backyard into the conservatory, and then the bottom fell out of it. I was covered in bits of all sorts. You know, when you've got like snowy stuff and stuff in your for Christmas decorations. It was all over me, all over the conservatory. Oh yeah, me elf, yeah. I've got 2 elves actually. I've got another one there. Can you see him? There he is. And so then I pulled everything out of the bag, and some of the things were in, like, those the posh bags with the handles on that people give you presents in. So I picked up one of them and the bottom fell out of that. So I was covered in white fluffy stuff. The floor was, the conservatory was. I was in a right mess. I thought, oh God, Janet, what do you look like? So I've had to hoover. Anyway, the tree's still in the conservatory. I haven't even opened that yet. No doubt I'll get covered in silver. I think it's a white tree, I do not remember. It's either a white tree or a silver tree. I've forgotten because I didn't put it up last year. And then I spent a good half hour looking for Joseph in the nativity. Couldn't find him anywhere. I thought, oh no, I've lost Joseph. Looked at the box, with the picture of the nativity on. And what I thought was one of the kings was actually Joseph. But he was holding like a gold thing. So I'd put him down as being one of the kings, holding gold, frankincense and myrrh. But apparently there's only 2 kings and 2 shepherds. The angel Gabriel, 2 cows, a sheep, Jesus, of course, and the angel Gabriel. I said that, didn't I? So I didn't lose Joseph after all. So I spent a wasted half hour looking up and down for Joseph, and he was there all the time. Never mind. And I found my Santa Clauses, but I had to hoover them because they were covered in white fluff. They're only about that big, but they were absolutely covered in fluff. It came from, your mantelpiece. I had a decoration that was white ball things, well, imitation fluffy ball. Well, they're all fluffed off. So at least I've tried. I'll do my tree tomorrow. I'll do that. I can't have it near my window, where I usually put it, because there's no plug, no socket. So it'll have to be near the fireplace where there's a socket. Otherwise I can't plug it in. Oh, life is good. What they say, life gets tedious, don't it? I stuck my stickers on the window. Whether they'll stay stuck on, I don't know. Them little peel sticker things, like those on there. But I've got like a Father Christmas and Rudolph and somebody else, so they're stuck on the window. But they'll probably fall off. They usually do. At least I've tried. I'm trying to be jovial. I was watching Leslie, that Not Quite Enough Yarn, and she went on a car ride through her local village. And all I can say is they must have a lot of money down there, because it was big houses, absolutely covered in lights. And I was thinking, my God, their electric bill must be tremendous. For all these trees and reindeers and stuff that they've got lit up in the gardens. It must be nice to be able to afford to do that. I haven't put my little fairy lights around my window because I don't know. I can't remember if they're battery or not. If they're battery, I can put them round, but if they're a plug-in, I can't, yeah. You think they're energy efficient? They'd have to be, wouldn't they? Otherwise your electric bill would be shocking, wouldn't it? It's like Blackpool illumination, some of it. Not around here. There's 1 or 2 people got a few Christmas lights up, but when I lived in Prestwich, my whole street used to be lit up. It was like Santa's grotto. My son had one of those, you know, you plug it in and it shines little patterns on your walls, yeah. He had one of those, but of course he took it with him. And I haven't got, you know, anywhere to hide it like a bush or anything. It'd be on view. So I don't want anybody stealing it. So there's no point doing it around the back, is there? Because nobody'd see it around the back. So I didn't bother to get one. And it'd have to be solar. Well, it wouldn't work if it was solar around here, would it? Let's face it, we don't have that much sun. My solar lights in the garden have never worked yet. I don't know whether I've done them wrong or what. They're on the wall, but they don't work at all. And my solar fairy lights that were down at the bottom of the garden, there's only one left, a red one that winks on and off. All the rest of them have gone. I'll have to get some more. But my friend's husband will have to put them up for me because I'm no good at that sort of stuff. Fastening things to fences, it's not my forte. I'll get some new lights and then next time he comes, probably be after Christmas now when he comes. Because where he works, they're doing stock take, so he's working every weekend. Anyway, I don't like asking people to do things when they're busy with their own Christmas and that. I'll wait, it's not urgent. I don't have to have fairy lights in my backyard. It's very pretty, but I don't have to have them. But my backyard's a right disaster zone. All my plants have died and everything's died off for winter. So it's very dismal out there. Even my little conifers seem to be dying. I'm no good with plants. No good with plants. I'm no Alan Titchmarsh, that's for sure. I'm not bad with indoor plants, but oh, those lovely flowers I got for my birthday from my friend. They stink. I've had to put them in the other room. They still look beautiful, but my God, do they smell? I've changed the water, I've done everything, I've cut the leaves off at the bottom, I've done everything you're supposed to, and they smell disgusting. I thought it was lilies at first, but I took the lilies out and it weren't the lilies. I'm afraid they're going to go in the bin. It's a shame, really, because she probably spent a fortune on them. It was a huge bunch, if you remember. But, oh, they smell awful. I couldn't deal with them in the lounge. I've never had a bunch of flowers smell like that. Not that I'm one that gets bunches of flowers. You know, my ex-husband never bought me any, but he once bought me a bunch of flowers, like from the petrol station, because he'd forgotten my birthday. And I hit him over the head with them. I was so annoyed with him. So that's what I did. I walloped him over the head with his bunch of flowers. We were them tatty flowers, you know, they sell at petrol stations, yeah. We weren't even a nice bunch. Oh, I'm not. You do all right with Shan. Shan likes a cactus, doesn't she? Have you looked if your spider's hiding in the cactus? Chris, Shad's been bitten 7 times now by this blooming spider. He can't find it. I just said I'd have moved out by now. Yeah, in his house, yeah. It bites him at night. And he can't find it. My spider plant's got loads of babies. I don't know. I've not seen his bites, so I don't know. Have you actually seen it, Shad? Actually spotted it, or is it just bit you? Yeah, my new spider plant's got about 6, 8 babies now. I need to get them planted into new plant pots. Then they can break away from mummy. But I just don't fancy doing it in the house and getting soil everywhere. And the weather's not been good enough to go outside and do it, yeah. I've got a folding table that I usually put up outside and then take my chair out and sit there and do my planting. But the weather's just not been right. I've not been able to put any, washing out. Just not been nice at all. Well, I finished the thing I was doing that I couldn't show you. I will show you pictures of it once it's on its way. I finished that off. My surprise. Well, I don't think she watches, but you never know, she might do. So I better not show you. No, the worst thing I've seen is a false widow spider in the garage. Apparently they can bite, but they're not venomous. I said to my friend, kill it, kill it. She'll let it go. I said, it'll come back again now. Hi, Julie. I said, don't let it go. It'll come back home again. I said, step on it, but she wouldn't because she loves spiders. Ugh. Oh, I got an itch. Hey. And how's Julie? What are you doing? Tra la 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 la. I'm on my second front. Oh, I know you had that black widow spider, didn't you? I had a false widow spider. They're not. I don't know whether we've got black widow spiders in England. I don't know whether we do. I don't. He's done all that, Chris, but he can't find it. I'd move out, me. I'd get the pest men in. Pest control. I'd have to come and fumigate. I'm bad enough with the mouse, although I've not seen it since, but touch wood. I blocked up all the holes I thought it could come in at, so I've not seen it since, so hopefully it has gone somewhere else. No, I don't like spiders because they run and they scare me. If I know it's there, I'm all right. But if it just runs, across the floor or across the wall, that's really makes me jump. You're propped up in bed, you're going to do an all-night rave, yeah. My idea of an all-night rave, Julie's sitting up doing me crochet. Well, you'd know then if you had a mosquito net, if it was inside the bed with you or if it was outside the bed, wouldn't you? It only bites him when he's in bed. That's what makes me think it's hiding in the bed somewhere. Yeah, gone are the days when we used to do an all-nighter, aren't they, Julie? I think the last all-nighter I pulled was when I stayed up all night Christmas Eve. Finishing something off that was a present for Christmas Day. That's the last all-nighter I pulled. And even then I was a failure because I fell asleep. Fell asleep tonight. 1 minute I was watching some vlogs on Christmas, what they call them, Christmas alongs or whatever they're called. 1 minute I was watching that, the next minute I was fast asleep. I woke up in time for this. It's a good job, innit? Otherwise, you'd all have been wondering where I was. I woke up about 10 to 8, thankfully. I woke up thinking, why am I watching this? Then I realised if YouTube had gone onto something else, while I was asleep. So got onto something that I don't watch. And you're half awake, you wake up, you think, what the heck am I watching? Then I realised, I looked at the time, thought, oh God, I've been asleep about an hour. No, our Ian won't kill him. He always goes, come on, Boris, come on, Boris. I've got one of those spider catcher things, those you trap them in bristles. You open the bristles up, get the spider and close the bristles, and then I throw it outside. I do that with, any bees. I don't do it with wasps because I kill a wasp, but if it's a bee, I'll catch it and throw it outside, let it fly away. But spiders, Tra-la-la-la-la. So you can all think of me tomorrow while I'm trying to put my Christmas tree together. It's one of them in bits, you've got to get it in the right slots. And it's self-lit, so if you don't get them in the right... Oh, I've not, yeah. Yeah, I'll have to put it on that side where there's a plug. So, I've never known a house with so few sockets. This has got no sockets at all. The poor fridge man, he was down the back of my freezer trying to find the plug. If that was me, Amanda, I'd be throwing the mattress outside. Hang all the bedding on the line, let it all blow away. I'd be making sure there was nothing anywhere. Hang the bedding outside in the wind. cold. Yeah, the horrible thought is it might be a lady spider and it might have loads of babies. You might be overrun with the damn things. I know, it is shudder, isn't it, Amanda? Ooh. My son calls all the spiders Boris. And he just catches them in his hand and takes them outside. Oh, not me. I had a great big, was it a huntsman or something that they called in the shed? And he's going, Mum, come and have a look at this. It's beautiful. I went, no, thank you. I said, get rid of it. He goes, no, it's beautiful. I said, well, I'm not getting the, it was when I lived in Prestwick. So I'm not getting the lawnmower out while that thing's there. Well, I don't know what to suggest other than the pest control. That coffee, do you know, I'm sure it's the water. I need to get some bottled water. My coffee taste is vile. It's not the brand of coffee. The water taste is absolutely awful around here. I don't know what they do to it, but they do something. It's all the junk they put in it these days. Pest control's $1,000. Blimey heck. Does nobody do it privately? Oh, I don't get a real tree now. Can't be doing with it. Oh. The last time I had a real tree, I had a cat. And it used to spend half its time climbing up inside it and knocking all the branches off. And then it decided to do a poo in the plant pot because it was a live tree with roots, yeah. So that was the end of me wanting a proper tree. Hi, Lynn. Oof. Thank you. I'm sure they'll all appreciate it. I'll be sleeping downstairs, me. I wouldn't be sleeping in that loft if it's up there. I'll be on the sofa downstairs. Are there no private exterminators that you can ask? $1,000 is ridiculous. That's for the price of a bloody house, isn't it? That a 14-bedroom house. That. That'll be Coke. Well, actually, it's a Pepsi. Anything to take the taste of that coffee out of my mouth. Let's vile that coffee. Oh, that's better. You going to bed already, Val? That was short and sweet, love. Did you ever find out if Sue took those shawls to the old folks' home? I thought she might have told me. Oh, you haven't caught up with her yet? Well, I thought she would have at least let me know, Val, that she took them, you know. Perhaps they haven't got there yet. Perhaps they're still in her house. Don't forget to do your exercises before you get in bed, Val. She's got exercises from the physiotherapist for her shoulder. Tra-la-la-la-la-la. I want to start that other shawl with all the oddments that... well, it's supposed to be done with advents, but I'm using my oddments. What's it called? Something shawl, advent shawl or something. Oh, Fairy Lights Advent Shawl. The same lady has actually done fingerless gloves in that, well, fingerless mitts in the same pattern. And the lady that's bought it already, she said it's got 9 pages. I thought, why do you need 9 pages for fingerless mittens? Okie dokie, I shall look forward to that. La la la. I think my niece has got her friends over for the weekend. I don't know whether they're staying over or they just came over yet today. Because I was just thinking of something I needed to tell her, but then I looked at the time and I thought, no, it's a bit late now. She might be knackered from having her friends here all day. I'll ask her tomorrow. want to know if she can do my roots or if I have to do them myself tomorrow. My hair dye came, but it came after I'd had my shower already, so I wasn't going to do my hair after I'd already done my shower, so I shall see what she says tomorrow. If she has time to do them next Sunday, I'll struggle till then. I've got to look purdy for Christmas, haven't I? Well, that's just pushing it a bit, but you know, I have to do my best, let's just say. You're doing your shawl and the dog's snoring, right? Okay. I don't miss that at all because, oh God, that French bulldog, she could snore like a trooper. It was like having a man in bed with you. Oof. She was a very noisy snorer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 up to the army holes. And how many have I done? But I've not done 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 21 I've done. So I need to do another 4 rows before I get to the armholes. Oh, yeah. Ian, yeah. It's funny for me because my son's called Ian, and when she goes, Ian, I'm like, well, what? My friend has called her snail Kevin. Why she's called it Kevin, I don't know. I was laughing at today when Paula's husband said, this is boring. Is everybody else's Vlogmas is boring, he said. And she goes, that's not nice. Fanola. I've not heard of that. I usually do that. What's it called? Oh, what's he called? He's a hairdresser. He does shampoo and stuff. I usually use his purple one. John Frieda, that's it. I knew it would come to me if I thought long enough. My brain seems to have a delay on it. You know, when I'm thinking of something, I just can't think. So I have to like just stay for about a minute and then it pops in my head. So my brain has got a delay. I'm not sure. I'm shorting out somewhere. I'm not firing on all cylinders. Yeah, if I was a car engine with plugs, you know, like the old ones used to have, yeah. Your tallest nutcrackers, Kevin. Well, she's got a baby African snail called Kevin, yeah. Well, over here, the oldie carrot is called Kevin. I need the blue one and not the purple. I've always used the purple, yeah. I get purple ears. I rinse them out when I've had a shower. Look, but look, they're always like purple, my ears. Even though I wash them out. I'm sure people think I'm weird with purple ears. Well, I am weird, but don't tell everybody. It'd be boring to be normal anyway. Who's normal these days? Oh no, I've got hiccups from that Coke. Well, it's not a Coke, it's a Pepsi. It amazes me that when you go in stores like Morrison's and whatever, they don't do what we call roller cola, their own brand. Aldi do, or Lidl do. Blue is for orangey. Mine's usually yellow, actually. It's white at the sides, but it's grey at the back. I've got about 2 inches of grey now. It really needs doing for Christmas. My niece does it, she just does the roots. Because I wreck my hair because I have to do it all because I can't just do the roots. I can do them at the front, but I can't get around the back because my hand doesn't go that far. I struggle. Limited mobility, I think it's called. I put some gel on my neck because I had neck ache. And it takes me ages to get even around the back of my neck to put gel on it. It's great when you get old. It's blooming great. It's such fun. Yeah, the way he rings the bell. She's taught him how to do that with treats, yeah. My cat wouldn't do that. My cat used to he used to bang the bubbles on the Christmas tree. Bang, if it was a bell or anything, he'd bang that. He used to love that Christmas tree, my cat. He'd climb up all inside it, and the tree would be swinging like that. And I'd be going, come down out of there. Well, his little head would pop out like, ooh, me. You talking to me? Yes, I am talking to you, Nelson. Get out of the tree. Ollie didn't do it so much. Ollie used to bash the bubbles at the bottom, but he never climbed up inside the tree. But Nelson, oh God. Nelson was like Tarzan, swinging on the branches. We had to take the dog to the vet because I'd hung chocolate bells on the bottom of the tree, never thinking. Because no cat by then, we just had the dog. Never thinking. The dog ate them. That's it. So he had to have his tummy emptied, which he wasn't thrilled about. I mean, chocolate can be poisonous. It isn't always, but it can be poisonous to a dog. You'd get the chocolate round the bottom of the tree. My son said, what did you put them around the bottom for? I said, well, I never thought he'd eat them. Oh, I don't put it on now. There's only me, and I don't want to be tempted, so I don't buy them anymore. I only bought them when Arian was little. He was quite good, though. I mean, he didn't, like some kids would eat the lot, wouldn't they, on the first day, but he was quite good, actually. But he's never been a chocolate-aholic. Some kids are and some kids aren't. He never was. When we go in the shop, he'd rather have a bag of crisps, chips as you call them in America. He'd rather have a bag of crisps than chocolate any day. Hi, Munchkin. He's never been like, buy me a chocolate bar when he was a kid even. The young kids next door to me, honest to God. The little girl had to have some of her teeth taken out when she was 5, would you believe, because they'd all gone rotten. She never was without sweets in her hand and chocolates in her hand. And I'm like, well, you've bought them for her. Because she goes, I'm that embarrassed. I took her to the dentist and she's got to have these teeth took out. And I'm thinking, well, you've done it. You keep buying her chocolates every night and sweets every night, yeah. Well, they haven't knocked on my door yet either, so I don't think I've won it either. I don't check mine till Sunday morning. I like to think on Saturday nights I might have won. It's false, I know it is, but, I like to be disappointed on a Sunday rather than a Saturday night, yeah. Well, we used to give our poodle chocolate drops. But I think they were dog ones. I think you could buy dog chocolate drops. But she used to love them. But I didn't know about chocolate being dangerous to a dog then. A lot of things have come to light, which we never knew about when we was younger. I mean, it's like, don't eat this, that, and the other when you're pregnant. I didn't know nothing like that. I was never told not to have anything like that. Mind you, I suppose back in the day, there wasn't as much choice of what I call foreign food back then. This soft cheese and stuff. There wasn't the choice of it all then. Cheese came in a block, didn't it? When I was younger. You didn't have all this fancy stuff. I said to somebody young, like mousetrap cheese, and she went, "You are?" I said, "Well, that's what we used to call it, mousetrap cheese." I said, "I don't know whether it was cheddar, Cheshire, or what the hell it was. But it was mousetrap cheese. It was just the bog standard cheese you used to buy at the well, you didn't buy it at the supermarket. They were grocers back in the day, yeah. Yeah, olive oil one for cooking. Oh my God, no. Cooking with olive oil, you'd think they were mad. Yeah. And olives, I mean, nobody ate olives. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. One more row. Yeah, I think the first time I saw olives, went abroad, yeah. And they put them on my salad or whatever it was. I'm like, oh, what are these foul tasting grapes? I didn't eat them. I still don't. When they put black olives on, I don't eat pizzas, but when I have occasionally eaten a pizza and they stick these black olives on your pizza, ugh, they set my teeth on edge. But I'm weird. I don't like pasta. I don't like things like that. Oh my poodle was brought up on tea. She used to love a drink of tea. She didn't have a lot of it. She used to have the end, you know, when you'd finished with your cup, we used to push it into a bowl for her. She lived till she was 14, so it didn't do her much harm, did it? You know, we didn't give her a cupful. She just had like the dregs that were left over. We used to drink it down to a little bit and then put it in her dish. She didn't like coffee. She only liked tea. We used to have to tell guests not to put their cups down on the floor, though. You know, we didn't have a coffee table, so guests used to put their mugs down on the floor. We used to say, don't do that. She'll have a nose in it. One of your chihuahuas was 18. Oh, God. Our Gigi would have been 18 if he'd still been alive, because he died when he was 8 and he died 10 years ago. So he would have been 18. And I say my Gigi. He wasn't actually my dog, but he was with me about 80% of the time, so I used to consider him to be my dog. He used to go home at night to sleep, and I used to get him back again the following morning. I didn't usually have him at the weekend either. I had him Monday to Friday. My little sidekick. He used to go everywhere with me. I don't like tea, but I've never had that chai tea or that bubble tea or whatever the heck that is. You know, that stuff with the bubbles in it's like tapioca stuff. It's like eating a pudding, isn't it? I said to my niece, what does it taste like? She said, tea. I went, no, I don't want it. Everybody seems to drink this chai latte or something, whatever that is. Is that just chai tea with milk in it? They always give things posh names, don't they? When I watch films on the television and it's American and they go in a coffee shop and they rhyme off what they want this, that, the other, and this, that. Oh, I'm thinking, good God, don't come to England, love, you won't get all of that. Double shot this. Oh, no, he was my little flower, was our Gigi. He wasn't that pretty, but he looked like a little fox. But he was loving, except to my son. He used to bite my son. He didn't like my son at all. He used to run behind him and bite the back of his calves. My son used to wear shorts, so it's his own fault. He used to say, get that rat away from me. I used to have to grab Gigi if Arian came because he would have a go at him. He never bothered anybody else. He just didn't like Arian for some unknown reason. Dogs are like that. They either like you or they don't. I've always been all right with most dogs. Funny enough, I've only ever been bitten by one dog, and that was a Chihuahua. But it was inside this woman's coat, and I didn't know it was there. And she asked me where something was, and I leaned across her to point out where it was. And this dog must have thought I was going to attack her or something, and it jumped out and well, he bit my finger. So that's the only time I've been bitten by a dog. Oh, and I got accidentally bitten by my Buster once. I got in the way of him and a ball. And he went to get this ball and he got my finger instead. But that was accidental. It wasn't a bite, as you know what I mean. It was a bite, but it wasn't a nasty bite. It was an accidental bite. It hurt. I'll tell you what, it hurt. But I couldn't blame the dog. He thought he'd done something wrong, bless him. He thought he was going to get shouted at. He was always very nervous like that. He didn't like it if you shouted at him. I mean, obviously you've got to shout at them sometimes if they're doing something stupid, but he hated it if you shouted at him. He used to sulk and go off and then he wouldn't look at you, you know, because he knew he'd done something wrong. And he used to come creeping round like, I'm sorry. I mean, when he got old and he started having accidents, you know, he used to punish himself. You know, I didn't punish him because I knew it was not his fault anymore. He just was one of them things. He was elderly, and I used to say to him, it doesn't matter, come here. Mummy's not cross, you know. But he'd put himself in purgatory, you know, because he knew he shouldn't have done it, but yeah, he couldn't help himself. So, you know, it wasn't that he did it deliberately. When he wanted to wee, he just did it, you know. It was just one of them things. But bless him, I'd still have him back. Right, I'm copying the other front. I don't know whether I'm doing it right or wrong, but it matches the other side, so that's all it will do for me. Well, who's been watching all the Christmas movies? Anybody? I haven't this year. Oh, excuse me. That's my Pepsi Cola. I used to always watch them every year. I used to watch my Christmas movies, but I haven't bothered this year. Has anybody been to see Wicked 2? I haven't even seen Wicked 1, let alone Wicked 2. I'll wait while it comes on telly. It's bound to do eventually. When people stop watching it in the cinema, they'll put it on the telly, won't they? Oh dear. They're not deaf, they've just got selective hearing. You rustle a crisp packet, they're there, aren't they? My Buster was deaf, but the minute he opened the fridge, he was there. I've not even played any of my Christmas CDs either. I've got one or two. I mustn't be in the mood, in the humour for Christmas at all. It's just like normally you get a bit excited when Christmas is a week away, but I'm not. I'm not bothered. I got some Christmas cards because I'm like, oh God, I better write some cards because people have given me given me cards, and I'm thinking, oh gold, I better write that. If you're out there, don't send me one because I don't send them back. I'll have to give my knit club ladies cards because they've given them to me already. I'm like, oh, now I've got to buy some cards. I can't get in the festive mood this year. I don't know. I'm just not in it at all. You watched A Christmas Story, did you? Yeah. No, I've got a friend who starts watching them about the end of November. Cheesy Christmas movies, she calls them. Yeah, well, I don't know where that went. It went to the Four Winds, that did. Oh, I'll tell you what I've not done. I didn't do it on my video, did I? I didn't do me Secret Santa. Put my hand in. Oh, oh, this is a big box, whatever this is. I forgot to do it yesterday when I did my Christmas video. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Ah. Oh, I wish it would. Age reverse. Facial wipes. I'll do it now. You can let me know. Yeah, somebody sent me Turkish delight. Yeah, I hope they enjoyed it. Oh dear. Oh, now my sellotape stuck to my pattern. You had to make some tahini. None of that makes any sense to me, Chris. I'm a plain eater, so that makes no sense to me. It sounds very Turkish or something. Yeah, well, I'm probably a melting pot where I lived in Manchester, but it didn't affect me. Didn't affect me the eating habits. I think it's how you're brought up, really. My mum was a very plain cook. I did get a little bit more adventurous, you know, like my mother would have never eaten anything Chinese or anything like that, yeah. Shawarma keeps you warm. Yeah, I did eat a little bit of Mediterranean food when we started going abroad, but I don't really make it at home, let's just say. I tend to stay pretty plain at home. My ex-husband was never one for having his food mucked about with, as he said. Although he did like a curry, which I don't, yeah. I never forget the first time they persuaded me to try a curry. Oh, I just could not eat it at all. I was hungry and all, but I couldn't eat it. I was trying to pick at the rice, you know. That was all I could eat. But they'd put the curry on the rice, so I was trying to pick round the edges. We were talking about things we can't eat today with Linda, and she was saying about mac and cheese. Oh, I can't eat that. I can't even look at it. Looks like somebody's been sick. Yeah, my ex-husband was like that. He wanted meat he could christen. Yeah. He would eat a stew if it was an ordinary stew, you know, like stewing steak, carrots, and whatever. Mac and cheese makes me absolutely heave at the sight of it. I can't understand why people love it so much. It's vile. Peanut butter. Oh, no. I don't like peanut butter either. No, we never had them. My mum used to cook plain food. My stomach's only used to plain food. I hate curry. I hate peanut butter. I hate anything with nuts in, as you know. I'm not allergic, just don't like nuts at all. Yeah. Yeah. I don't like, what is it called? That Vegemite stuff like, oh, Marmite. Oh, Lord, I could heave with that as well. I can't stand the sight of it. Mac and cheese, it looks like somebody's thrown up. I mean, somebody said to me one time, did you have mac and cheese at Christmas Day? I went, no, certainly did not. Why would you want it on Christmas Day? I thought mac and cheese was something that people made when they were short of money. Oh, I can't eat any kind of curry. I'm lying then. I can eat a Thai green curry. But it's different spices completely in Thai cooking. And I can eat West Indian food as well. Different spices again. But the Indian, or well, I should say Pakistani, because it's not Indian cooking, is it? It's either cooked by somebody from Bangladesh or somebody from Pakistan. Oh, peanut butter, I hate it. It's vile. I should give some of them ADHD meds to next door, shouldn't I? Why, she's not been out again since. She must have gone to bed. Oh, thankfully my mother didn't cook with anything. I don't like my food mucked about with, like I say, I don't like herbs and spices. We were talking about that today. I don't like even pizza because I don't like that tomato sauce that they put on a pizza, you know, with the herbs in it. Ooh. I don't like any of the red sauces because they've all got herbs in them. Ooh. I don't like spaghetti. It's like slimy to me. It's like eating slimy worms. Yeah, I just don't like blooming coriander or cilantro, as they call it. Ugh. That tastes like soap. It's like eating a bar of soap. Yeah, I just don't like herbs. They upset my stomach for some reason or other. My stomach does not like a herb. Especially dried ones. Oh, I don't know what they do to dried herbs, but they taste vile. Elf on the Shelf has moved, has he? Is the other one still there? Yeah, he's still there with my nightlight. You look. Oh no, I hate it. Oh, it must be going windy. Me wind chimes banging on the window. We're supposed to be getting bad weather and that, but for once we didn't get it. You know, he'd be going on the Christmas tree. He hangs on the Christmas tree. The Elf on the Shelf does. No, no, my elf just hangs on the Christmas tree. Chicken tikka masala. Oh, yeah. Well, half of the curries that the English people, or the British people, I should say, eat, and not they don't originate in India or Pakistan. They're made for the English palate. They're not what they eat actually in Bangladesh, Pakistan, India. They don't eat the stuff that we eat. Well, not me, but other people. My Indian friend used to say to me that I would like proper Indian food. I would like it. Not Pakistani food, proper Indian food. I said, well, I'll take your word for it because I'm not likely to be going to India. Oh, yeah, I love my brandy with hot water. My stomach's off. Settles my stomach down right away. Little drop of brandy. My grandma used to have a raw egg beaten up in milk with a drop of brandy every morning as a pick-me-up. She used to have it about 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock. She used to say, it's time for me pick-me-up, she used to call it. Didn't do her any harm. Well, there was no elf on the shelf when my son was little, so we never had to do any of that, moving the elf about. Yeah, egg with milk and brandy. She used to have that every day. And if she didn't have any brandy, she'd put a drop of sherry in instead. But as I say, it never did her any harm. And I still drink it when I've had a bad stomach, I feel off. I'll still make it. It's like a sort of an eggnog, really. But I'm not eating at the minute. Well, I am eating, but I'm not eating much at the minute. I don't know why, I've just gone off my food. I've lost £7 in a week. So people who say they can't lose weight, don't eat. It's quite easy. Just don't eat. It does for me. I'm not recommending it as a, when I get that really sharp pains all across my stomach like trapped wind, brandy is the only thing that sorts it. I can take Buscopan, I can take Gaviscon. None of it works if it's really bad. You know, and it's like a kind of a trapped wind pain right across your stomach. I find a drop of brandy in hot water helps a lot. But I'm not recommending it. I'm not saying it's good for everybody. It just works for me, yeah. Yeah, I just tried it one day because I was desperate because my stomach was really off. I mean, in the old days, there used to be something called Indian brandy. It wasn't proper brandy. It was like what ladies used to have when it was that time of the month. It was called Indian brandy. I used to buy it at the chemist. I don't know what the heck was in it. But like everything else, you can't get it anymore. It's like I used to take Collis Brown's chlorodyne. Oh, and it was brilliant for stomachs. You know, if you had wind in your stomach, it was terrible. And that used to, but now, of course, you can't get it because they decided it had something in it. I don't know whether it was morphine or what they had in it, but can't get it anymore now. All these good old-fashioned remedies. It's because people abused them. It's like kaolin and morphine. We used to have that for bad stomach. Yeah, it was really good. But now you can't get it because it's got the morphine in it and people were, you know, abusing it. It's like everything, isn't it? People abuse everything. And then it stops it for the rest of us. I mean, most people use kaolin and morphine for the right reasons, didn't we? We didn't use it to get high, or we didn't syringe the morphine off because it used to separate, didn't it? And they used to put the syringes in and just syringe up the morphine. Thankfully, I have never been an addict of anything except a bit of alcohol when I was in my 40s, but I've never been a pill popper. I don't even like taking the pills I have to take. No, it was in a see-through bottle. It was pink, and it used to separate. It used to be pink at the top, I think, and this liquid at the bottom, and you used to have to shake it up. Because the kaolin was like a powder, pink powder. Dr. Collis Brown's chlorodyne was in a little teeny bottle with a dropper. That was in a brown bottle, yeah. Oh, God, yeah, they got sophisticated now. Now they have the money to drink vodka, don't they, and stuff. White lightning, whatever the heck that is. I think it's some kind of cider, isn't it? I mean, I never took any kind of drugs, even when it was. I mean, I went through the 60s, which was like the drugs scene. People were on uppers and downers and God knows what, but I never was. I never was interested. Oh, milk and magnesia, that was in the blue bottle. God, I lived on that when I was pregnant. I had terrible heartburn. People used to say, oh, your baby will be born with loads of hair. He was bald as a badger. Didn't have an hair on his head when he was born. No, with him being upside down, his head used to rest up here, right on the esophagus of my stomach. So I had terrible indigestion the whole time I was pregnant with him. Heartburn or whatever they call it. I can never distinguish between the two. I couldn't go anywhere without my milk and magnesia. I used to have the bottle and I used to have the tablets as well. I used to be crunching the tablets like they were sweeties. Thankfully, I've never, well, I don't know whether I've got ADHD, but I don't think I do. I have my peculiarities, but I think that's just me. I don't think I've got anything diagnosable. I'm just as nutty as a fruitcake, but But I wouldn't like to say there's anything really, really wrong with me that way. I've got a bit of a butterfly brain, but then that's just me. I've always been the same. I flip from one thing to another. But that's just me. I wouldn't say there's anything wrong. It's just the way I'm wired. If I have to concentrate on something, I can. So, it's not that it's a problem. The worst thing I am is with reading. I skip read. And sometimes I think, stop it, just go back to the beginning of that paragraph and read it again properly. I tend to skip over things. I've always done that. Or I'll read something and it hasn't gone in at all. And I think, what have I just read? And I have to go back and read it all over again. That's lack of concentration, though. That's nothing serious. Is that ADHD? Oh, well, If it is, I'll keep it to myself. I don't want to be diagnosed. It's never done me any harm, whatever it is. Still here, aren't I? Still here and functioning. I don't want a label anyway, apart from mad as a hatter. I like to think eccentric rather than, or a bit weird. That's what I am. I've not got any labels apart from that. A little bit eccentric. A little bit batty. But I enjoy it, I'm happy being a bit batty. Doesn't worry me. People don't like it, that's their hard lines, isn't it? As far as I'm concerned. If they don't like me, it's tough. It won't worry me. Well, hello, Lydia. My goodness, you're early today. We are talking about being a little eccentric. I don't have inner chatter, no. I talk to myself, but that's just quite normal because I live on my own. I think everybody who lives on their own talks to themselves. Otherwise, we would live in a world of silence. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la. Yeah, I'm a happy bunny most of the time. I try to look on the bright side. I try to look on the lighter things. You know, I laugh at myself and find myself intensely funny at times, you know. Whether other people do, I don't know. But oh no, I don't have anything like that. I don't have any brain chatter then, do I? No, I talk to myself a lot, but that's just because I live on my own, isn't it? I just don't like the silence, so I talk. If there was somebody here, I'd talk to them. I used to talk to the dogs, yeah. Talk to the cats, yeah. But I don't have anybody else's thoughts in my brain. I've only got my own. God, my neck's burning. Oh no, I don't have anything like that. No, I don't have nothing like that. You're on your own with that one, Dolly. I do think a lot, though. I do think all the time. But I think that's just normal, isn't it? People do that all the time. You know, I go through things in my head, but that's just my thoughts, if you know what I mean. Yeah, well, I was really talking to myself. I used to say I was talking to Gigi. He used to put his head on one side. He said, Gigi, what we're going to have for dinner? And he used to put his head on one side as if he was thinking. And I used to say to Buster, your daddy will be home soon, you know. Shall we look through the window for your daddy? And he knew what I meant because he used to go and look at the window. Shall we look to see if daddy's coming home yet? They're more intelligent than you think, some animals. Some animals haven't got a brain in their head. Our Trixie was only motivated by food. Anything else, she was just like talking to yourself. Yeah. Oh, they knew I loved him. That's why they left him with me, because they trusted me to look after him. Yeah. They'd go away quite happily for a fortnight and leave me with him. Because they knew I absolutely adored him, yeah. No, and if ever they were stuck at work or something, they used to say, oh, we can't come for him. I said, it's all right, shall I keep him? They would say, yeah, can you keep him overnight? He said, no problem. No problem. He used to come up to bed with me. He was a little sweetie. I don't know how they manage now, because they've got 2 dogs now. No, I'm not there to look after them. I don't know how they do. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wow, that was good. It was exactly right. You got exactly the right number. Yeah. Oh, you're very good, Janet. Pat yourself on the back. Don't you just love it when a plan comes to place, comes in place? Well, that's how I got our Buster. He didn't like being left, and the neighbours used to complain to my son that he used to bark non-stop when they were at work. So once I retired, I finished up with him, because he didn't bark with me because I was there. He just did not like being left. And the neighbours used to be fed up with his constant barking. So they were always complaining. But with me, he only barked for a reason, you know. But because I was there all the time, he didn't bark much. But apparently he nearly had an asbo where he lived before. But he landed on his little paws when Buster came to live with me, because he used to take him out 3 times a day. He loved being outdoors. He would walk for miles. That's before he was ill, of course. Yeah, he nearly got an asbo for barking, yeah. Well, it must have been annoying for the neighbours, though. Because where they lived, it was like a townhouse. So, you know, they had neighbours either side. And it must be annoying when a dog's barking all the blooming time, yeah. So my son had said, oh, he barks a lot. He didn't when he was with me, because I was him, you see. He had company. He didn't bark. So my neighbours never bothered. He did start barking towards the end of his life when I left him. He did not like being left. He would bark the whole time then. But I think he got old and bewildered. And he used to do the husky howl, you know, when I left him. But fortunately, my next door neighbour was never in during the day. She used to be always round at her mother's. So she never complained, because she was never in to hear him. And he never really got left at night, because I never went out at night. So he was no bother when he was at mine. I've got a yarn bath. I've got a knot. I've I've gone all the way through the ball without a yarn bath, and now I've got one right at the end. Rrr. How does it knot on itself without you? It's almost like it jumps out of the ball and goes in a knot. It's like when you wear necklaces that have a thin chain. You take them off and you put them on your side table, and you come to get them in the morning, they're in a big knot. And you're like, what happened there? When I took it off, it was fine. And you're there with a pin, aren't you, trying to... Acidex, what's that for? For your stomach pains? Yeah, Buster would bark if he wanted to go out, but most of the time he used to come to the door, look at me and wag his tail. With that, I want to go out, Mum, look on his face. Or he'd go to the door, then come back, and then go to the door. So you think, do you want to go out? And he'd start wagging his tail. He all actually did a howl, yeah. Buster could do a good howl if he felt like it. I had the Akita across the road. He used to do a great line in howling. You could hear him across the road. He hated me, that Akita, because I used to keep taking him home. Every time he got out. Jan, Neo's got out. Can you come and get him? Because the rest of the neighbours were scared to death of him. Because he used to bite. He was a biter. So there was only me that could handle him. I won't stand no messing. They used to be terrified of him because he used to bite, and I used to be that, don't you start. Don't start with me, Leo. There was him, and then there was a bull terrier up the road that nobody liked. What was he called? Fudge. Fudge is out, Jan. Fudge is out. Well, what do you want me to do? Oh. I was like the official dog. He came to me once with a, what was it, a King Charles Spaniel. We found this, so what do you want me to do about it? Luckily, I said, well, I know who he belongs to. I said, I've seen him on the next street, so I put my dog's lead on him and walked him down the next street, and this lady goes, oh, you've got him, should have lost him. I said, yeah, he's here. I knew where to take him because I knew when you're a dog walker, you tend to know other people's dogs. You don't know the people, but you know the dogs. So you know you've seen them before, and you know where they live, roughly. So I knew where the spaniel lived, roughly. Well, I knew the street he lived on. Didn't know the house, but I knew the street. They used to treat me like I was the unofficial dog warden of the street. Well, I daren't bring them in the house because Buster didn't like them in the house. I had to bring Neo in once. I had to shut mine in the back kitchen. I had to bring Neo in. And the little bugger weed all over my carpet. he was so annoyed with me for bringing him in the house when he was having fun outside chasing something. But I couldn't get hold of his parents, so I brought him in my house. As I say, weed all over my carpet. So I was not amused. Oh, I think you always do miss your animals. I miss my cats as well. I mean, the cats are not the same personality-wise as a dog, but they've still got the personalities, cats, but not quite the same as a dog. My friend's got 6 cats. 6? She keeps telling me 2 of them are on their way out. I said, you've been telling me that for months. Well, 12 months or more. And they still keep hanging on. These 2 that she keeps saying are elderly and they're on their way out. Right, I think that's my neck shaping done. I'm better off when I don't follow a pattern. I think I need to do 2 rows or 1 rows. We always miss her. I missed our Poppy. I mean, she wasn't my dog. I only had her as my dog occasionally. She was my son's dog. She was one of the Rottweilers. We lost the first Rottweiler before we moved to Fleetwood. And then we lost the second one just after we moved here. She was a lovely dog, Poppy. People are scared of Rottweilers, and I don't know why they are. We've had 2 and they were, just brilliant dogs, yeah. I would have had another one, actually, when they said they were getting another dog. And I said, oh, are you getting another Rottie? And they said, no, I've come home with that French Bulldog. And I went, done it. You got your Premier Yarns. We don't get Premier Yarns, I don't think, here. I don't think it's one that we get. I might be wrong. I've never had it, but I don't know. I know that, what's she called? Cinnamon Stitches is always talking about Premier Yarn. I think she's an ambassador or something, isn't she? Nobody ever asks me to be an ambassador for anything. Not even the ice yarn, and my God, did I publicise that ice yarn. Yet I never got a free ball of it. Not once. All the money I spent, me and Sue. We used to spend so much money each month. Did we get a free ball of wool? Did we, heck? I wrote and told him how I used to, publicise him. I even sent him a link to my video and nothing. Nothing. I don't know why I bother. I mean, Moonbeams and Mayhem, you know how much I buy from them. I never even had a free pair of mittens from them. I guess I'm not the kind of person that gets these freebies. Not from firms, anyway. Fishing. Oh, I don't like. My son had fish. Pretty boring fish. Who's sending me messages? Diddly diddly dee. Who is it? It's the milkman. Oh, very festive, Enid. Very festive. Stitched by Mrs. D. I think I've watched that, so I can get rid of that. Right, it's time to start a sleeve. What time is it? Oh, 11:15. I've got time to start the sleeve. Yeah, Krista, does she get free stuff? I don't think she does. I mean, she buys a ton. She buys much more than I ever did for mine. I don't think she gets anything for free, does she? That's what I'm making. Stylecraft Special. I've never had yarn split before, and I've had Yarncraft Special many, many times in the past, and yet this is splitting like mad. Right, left front sleeves. Make what? 36 chain. 4 rows. How can you finish up with 43 stitches when you've only got 36 on to start off with? Don't understand it. Ain't no understanding. I'll do it myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. More? Oh, no, I've not seen her. I don't watch as many videos as I used to. People that I used to watch all the time, for some reason or other, they annoy me now. And I can't tell you why. They waffle, 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 and I'm like, oh, shut up. I talk to YouTube, I'm going, oh, shut up. You told me that before. Shut up. I mean, probably people do that with my videos. But I feel like some people tell me the same story over and over and over again. And I'm like, oh, for goodness sake, give it a rest. Oh, I had my wicked hexie on the other day at the library. And a lady took a photograph of it. She says, I want to do one. This is one, but nobody recognises it as a hexie. Because I did every alternate row. I did one white row and then one multicoloured. But people don't recognise this quite the same as a hexie. But it is, it's a hexie. I tend not to watch knitting channels as much because I don't knit, you know. And also I don't knit on circular needles and I don't knit top down. And I find most of the knitting vloggers, whatever they are, they all do things on circulars, magic loops and all that stuff, and I'm like, no, not interested. I prefer to crochet in pieces and sew them up. The only ones I do top down are Doris Chan, but then she works all hers out and they're not big and baggy and floppy and horrible, and they don't have arms like a penguin, you know. A lot of top down, the yoke goes too far down, so you like that with your armpits like a penguin. So I don't know why everybody's got this obsession with top down and knitting round and round and round. I'd much prefer knitting it in pieces. You know what size it is then? When you're knitting in the round, you're either making it too big or too small. That's what I find anyway. Yeah, they don't fit good. I don't think they fit good. And the yoke, a lot of people I've noticed with the yokes, they're like bunched up round their neck. They don't seem to fit right. You know, I like so I can shape properly for the neck. Whereas if you start a top down and you just cast on and do the ribbon, it doesn't fit right because your front's got to be lower than the back. So unless you do a lot of short rows or whatever, they just don't fit right to me. I've watched a lot of people wearing them and their necks are bunching up funny around the neck. No, I prefer to knit mine in pieces. And then at least if it's a bit baggy, you can do a bigger seam at the sides and sort of pull it in a bit, you know. Whereas if you knitted it in the round and it's too big, you're stuck with it, aren't you, you know. I'd get bored having so many stitches on the, you know, on the body. I like having like half for the back and half for the front. It's not so bad with crochet because at least you can keep trying it on. No, I don't like top down. Have you got short rows at the neck or is it just neck? Is it a sweater or a cardigan? A lot of the sort of Eastern European ladies at crochet do some fabulous crochet. I couldn't do it because they use fancy yarn and thin needles and oh god, yeah. I'm not that dedicated to crochet. No, no, I don't watch any that sing. I might put singing on if I'm doing my housework, but I don't really like singing channels. Depends what mood I'm in. I might put Celine Dion, but Sia or something like that on when I'm cleaning. I've never heard of her. You always find these people I've never even heard of, Dottie. I don't know whether you can or you can't. I've crocheted a V-neck top down, but you know, you go backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards until you join it when you get to the V. So I don't know whether you technically call it round and round and round. Yeah, I've never heard of all this weird music you find, Dolly. I don't know. I don't think anybody else has either. You must be that one person that buys these records. Man, yeah, I look at the charts and I think, who are these people? There's no short rows. Well, what about your neck? Has it got a low neck or what? Otherwise, it's going to bunch up round your neckline. Well, it doesn't bother me. I'd rather do the pearl. I don't understand why you don't like doing pearl. I suppose I grew up doing pearl. My main problem is I cannot knit free. Like I've told you before, I have to knit with a needle under my arm. I can't knit down here like that. I can't do it. I can physically do it, but I'm so slow. So it annoys me because I'm so slow. I don't mind doing pearl. You need to do pearl to do some patterns. I mean, I like it when I'm on the pearl row back, you know, it's just a plain pearl row back. You know, you do all the lacy bit on the knit row, then you do the pearl back. Yeah. I quite enjoy that pearl back. It's like the easy row. I love it when it says that, pearl to the last stitches. I think, hey! I'm slower than I used to be. I used to knit really fast at one time. But I cannot knit free at all. I can't. Knit with my needles wiggling about. Drives me bonkers. If I can't knit on my straights, I don't want to knit at all. I mean, back in the day, if you did anything with a yoke, you used to do them on straights, you know, on a set of 4. You used to do the back and the front up to a certain thing and then pick up the yoke. No, I've tried to do continental knitting, but I learned how to do the continental knitting, but I found it was too slow for me. I'm so used to doing, throwing it over. I'm so used to doing that. And I could never master the continental purl. So it depends how you get taught, I suppose. If you're taught that way, that's the way you think it's normal to do it. But I wasn't taught that way. Now, I use my left hand a lot to tension with. My wool goes across my left hand. So I use both hands to crochet with, yeah. I mean, I see this. Do you use a pencil grip or do you use a knife grip? And I don't use either of them two. I use my own way. It goes across there. I crochet down, if you know what I mean, not up. I go down into my work. I don't crochet up. My right hand does all the work, but my left hand does all the tension. I'm using a 4mm. It's a Susan Bates. I have to use them with a handle. I can't use an ordinary hook. It's got to have a bamboo or a plastic handle. And I can only use an inline hook. I can't use a blob hook. No, it's a cardigan. It's a very old pattern. Wouldn't be me, would it, if it wasn't an old pattern? But I don't think I'm going to put the collar on. I think I'm just going to do a neckband. I don't tend to wear cardigans with a collar, because when you put your coat on, the collar gets in the way. I've got a couple of cardigans with collars, but I tend not to wear them much. No, this is to go with a couple of my summer dresses. I've got a mustard cardigan, but it's gone a bit fluffy. Yeah, it's Susan Bates, yeah. It's the only ones I can use. I can't use the, what's she called, boy or something. Can't use a boy hook. Or the other kind. I can't even use Knit Pro or anything like that. Clover, can't use them. I can only use an inline hook. It's a different end on the hook. Once I started using these, I couldn't go back to the others. I'd used the others all my crocheting life. But once I got onto these, I can't go back, yeah. I go mad because there's a couple of sizes that Susan Bates just don't do. They don't. I think it's a 3mm they don't do. They do a 325 and they do a 275. They don't do a 3mm, I think. Yeah, I love inline hooks, yeah. But they have to have a handle. I can't use the narrow hooks. I can't hold them. It's like my 10s, my 3mm. I can't get a Susan Bates one. So I have to use an ordinary hook and I can't get on with it. I've either got to use a Susan Bates 275 or a 325, depending on which one is the best for the tension. But I don't know why they don't do a 3mm, but they don't. Right, that's the cuff. What have I got to do now for the body? The only thing wrong with this pattern is it doesn't tell me how many patterns I'm supposed to have when I finish doing it. One treble in the 5th chain from the hook. That's the first size only. Oh, you've got to do the cuffs afterwards. I've done mine first. Ha 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 ha. Never mind, I've done my cuff first. One treble, one chain, 2 treble into the 4th hoop. Time to go potty. We know it's you that's going potty as well, Jane. 1, 2, 3. In the 4th chain from the hook. Ah, that one. Right, miss 2. Miss 3. Yeah, I don't know why they don't do inline hooks. I love them. But it's just a personal thing. A lot of people don't like them. A lot of people can't crochet with the inline. Just a matter of personal choice. That's what I say. When people say, oh, which one do you recommend? I say, I don't recommend any. Because you find what you like and you stick to it, yeah. I tried a lot of hooks before I decided these were the best ones for me. I just wish you could try more hooks before you bought, yeah. I wasted a lot of money buying a lot of hooks before I decided which ones I liked. I gave away so many hooks. And they weren't cheap hooks either. Because these hooks are about £6, I think, each. I don't like those ones that Amora uses with all the bobbles on the handles. They would drive me mad. It'd hurt my hand, I'm sure they would. You know, the ones where people do polymer clay and stuff on the handles and they make it, you know, they look really, what's it called, don't they? Yeah, everybody likes their own hook. I never say to anybody, oh, you've got to use this hook or you've got to use that hook. I don't think it matters so long as you use a hook. Right. Oh my goodness me. Oh, it's getting near the witching hour. Righty ho. Right, do I have to increase? I must have to increase. Because it's a sleeve. Ooh. Oh, my giddy aunt. Right, look at this, Janet. Look at this. Concentrate. Keeping pattern correct, increase 1 stitch at each end of the next and every following alternate row until you've got 75 stitches. Okay, can do. I like a lot. I mean, I love that Karen Simply Soft, and loads of people don't like it because they say it's too slippy. Yeah, I quite like using that. Well, every alternate row you've got to increase 1. Whatever, whatever. I went to the top end of the garage and I found I've got some Karen Simply Soft at the top of the garage. Yay! Yeah, as I say, everybody has their. I mean, Kelly used to love the clover hooks. I mean, I had to give her mine because it was like a plastic top on it and I couldn't use it. It was dragging when I was crocheting with it. Kelly came in handy for all the ones I bought and didn't like. Because she seemed to be able to crochet with any hook. She wasn't a faddy thing like me. I wonder if she's still crocheting. I mean, she's working full time now, so I don't know if she's got time to do her crocheting. It's not easy with the boys. They'll be growing up now. I never fell out with Kelly. It was just that we just drifted apart, when I moved and one thing and another, We never argued. It's just one of those things, isn't it? You lose touch with people. And usually on a Saturday night, I usually think, oh, gosh. Oh, good night, Jane. No, I don't find it does make an inline hook. Doesn't make any difference to the way it looks, I don't think. Yeah, I do, but I haven't even got her number anymore. She changed her number. Not because of me, she just changed her number. She doesn't come on Facebook or anything like that. Or Instagram. Because I don't live anywhere near her anymore, you just tend to lose. You tend to lose touch, don't you? No, I think, like you say, some hooks work better with. Oh, her cough. Yeah, she never stopped coughing, did she? She was stubborn, though. She wouldn't go anywhere. I think she had asthma myself, but she wouldn't go to the doctor. She kept saying, oh, I can't get an appointment. She never even tried. I used to get cross with her. Yeah. No, I think some hooks do work better with like slippier yarn. And Yeah, I'm not much good with plastic hooks. They tend to drag on me. But I remember one yarn I used, I can't remember what it was, and the only one I could get to work, believe it or not, was a bamboo one. It wouldn't work with any other hook. I tried all kinds of hooks, and the only one it would crochet with was a bamboo. But normally I don't like working with a bamboo hook, but that was the only one that would work with that yarn. As I say, it varies, I think, from yarn to yarn. Some people who say, oh, this is splitting, or this is dragging, or this is this, I think, change your hook. Try a different hook. It's usually the hook that doesn't like the wool. No, I can't use them tulip anymore. I've got one. I won't get rid of it because it's one that Doris Chan sent me for my 70th birthday. Yeah, pink Etymore tulip, or tulip Etymore. But I can't use it. It's got a blob on the end of it. It's a 5mm, I think. Yes, Doris Chan sent it to me. We used to chat back in the day. She doesn't do it anymore, though, now. She's gone into amateur dramatics. She does plays and things. Mind you, I think she's similar to my age, so she's probably retired from her crocheting. I know I did ask her, did she still crochet and that, but she didn't answer me. I mean, she might still crochet, but she's not designing anymore. I think it got too much for her. As I said, she's probably my age or just a tiny bit younger. She probably doesn't want the hassle of doing books anymore. It's like Christine Omdahl. I mean, she used to dye yarn, she used to do different yarns, she used to do pattern books, she used to do everything. I think she still does patterns now, but I don't think she does any more dyeing anymore. There's so many people now in the dyeing kind of trade that it must be difficult to stand out these days because so many people are doing it now. You know, if you're not, unless you're a big time dyer, it must be hard to make a living at it. I know Alex gave it up, didn't she? Alex and her husband to be. They've given it up. And Crafternoon Treats, Catherine, she seems to have given it up. It is hard work, I would imagine. I've never done dyeing, so I don't know, but I would imagine it's messy. You have to take over your kitchen or somewhere. Yeah, Catherine, I think she went back to work. Somebody had said she'd gone back to what she did before. She used to proofread like medical journals before she got into dyeing and stuff. I met her at Yarndale. She's a very nice lady. I've got a photograph of this taken with her somewhere. Well, she lived on her own. I don't know what happened. I don't know if she's divorced or widowed. I'm not sure. But she lived on her own with her cats. And her son went back to live with her, I think, at one stage. But as I say, it isn't easy to make a living, I don't think, just doing dyeing on your own, if that's your only source of income. I think that's what Alex found out. She's gone back to work, her and her partner. I mean, I've got a friend who does it, but I mean, she also did it and she also used to work. I mean, I think she's given up work now, but both her and her partner, her husband, used to work as well as doing the dyeing. I mean, Kelly used to do it, but she only did it for herself. She didn't do it to sell it. She used to do sock wool, didn't she, for herself? But it's never been something I've ever wanted to do. I mean, I've watched Amora doing it in those glass jars, but I've never really wanted to do it, yeah. I think it's such a dodgy business, I mean, you've got to make sure it doesn't run. You've got to make sure your colours are right and, what people want. And, it's such a dodgy business, isn't it? I mean, Amora's not doing it to sell. She's only doing it to as a hobby, just to please herself, really. Kelly did the same. Kelly only did it for herself. It's never been something I've ever had a yen to do. It's like spinning and things like that. Some people say, oh, I'd love to do spinning. I've never even wanted to do that. I think you either do or you don't, yeah. Yeah, James Walters used to use onion skins and things to dye with. He was the first crochet book I ever bought. James Walters. I've still got it somewhere. James Walters and his partner, well, his business partner was called Sylvia Kosh, but she unfortunately died with breast cancer many years ago, yeah. And he did carry on for a while, but I don't know. But he's probably my age now, I think, they're probably all retired and given it up, haven't they? I think dyeing yarn is a separate thing to knitting it, really. I think it's two separate crafts, really. You're either a knitter or you're a dyer. I don't think you do both, really. Well, not if you want to sell it. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Hmm. Oh, it's getting near the witching hour. I thought I was getting too tired. No, that's another thing I've never really wanted to do, weaving. Yeah, the witching spoon, I don't know where it is, actually. I think I put it in the drawer. Yeah, there's a lot of things I've never wanted to do. Never wanted to spin. Never wanted to weave. I tried weaving on a little children's weaving loom and decided it wasn't for me. I tried doing it when I'd had my hand operated on and I couldn't knit or crochet. I thought, oh, I'll do some weaving, but nah, it wasn't for me. I gave it away to somebody with a kiddie. You've dyed your shirt with coffee. I've dyed things in the washing machine, you know, like dresses and underwear and things, yeah. Well, I think you've either got to want to do a craft, haven't you, or you don't. It's like I've never done that needle felting. I'd probably stab myself if I did, you know. That's never been, you know, when they make them little animals with felting, it's never been one of the things I've ever wanted to do. I'm just pretty boring, really. I'm just knitting crochet. That's me done. I would like to do Tunisian crochet, but it's never sunk in. I've tried it a couple of times. I've done a few rows with it, but it's never been a thing with me. No, I don't like, or felting. No, I can't do felting. I felted things by accident, but I wouldn't like to do it deliberately, no. I don't like the look of them, you know, when people were doing all that felted slippers and felted bags, and I just don't even like the look of them. I've got a felted bag that I bought, you know, from Moonbeams and Mayhem, but I can't say I want to do it myself. I'm going to sleep here. You might get slapped. Right, I've started my sleeve. I shall do more of that. I'm going to put my tree up tomorrow. You might see a picture. You might not if I've slung it through the window. No, I just don't like the look of felting. It's just makes me cringe. I'm like, Amora can't touch felt. She makes it go, oh, I'm a bit like that. The only time I would do felt is when I, you know, sew little toys. I used to sew little things with felt where you do blanket stitch around the edge of them. You know, like that rabbit, Luna Lapid is it called? I wouldn't have minded doing one of them, but so expensive, the kits. You know, when you go to these knitting shows and you see these kits to do toys and kits to do felting, they're blooming expensive. My niece said to me one time, you know, will you get me a little felting kit? I fancy doing felting. I see, Dex, we don't have that over here, I don't think. We get, oh yeah, I do. That's what I got. I don't like the taste of it. It's horrible. I'd rather have Gaviscon. Yeah, I've got that. That's what's prescribed for me, that. But it doesn't do anything for the pain. Yeah, she said to me, my niece, get me a felting kit for a little animal. And I sent her a message. I said, this is like 40 quid. And she went, oh, no, don't bother. I said, I'll get one if you want me to get you one. She goes, no, I'm not paying that. She said, I'll get a book, do my own. Yeah, I mean, at these knit shows, when I went to that one in Blackpool, it was all these little kits for little seagulls and things to knit them, and blooming at the price. And I'm like, good, you can go to the local shop, buy a couple of balls of wool, buy a pattern, and it costs you less than £5. And yet they're wanting 25, £30 for a kit to make a little knitted seagull. And I'm like, no, no, I'm not paying that. I'm not stupid. And yet people buy them. People buy all these kits for this and kits for that. Get the pattern, get the wool separate, half the price. It's like these kits for blankets, isn't it? They cost a bomb. Get this blanket kit from Wool Warehouse. Get it in merino. It only costs us 150 quid, and all that. Oh, flipping heck, yeah. Right, peoples, I'm going to go now, and I shall try my reverse aged facial wipe. I shall try one of those and see if I look young. Actually, it's not raining here at the minute, Chris. It's actually been a bit sunny today. So wish me luck. I'm going to try putting my tree up tomorrow. Wish me luck. It's 6 foot tall and it's in pieces, so this should be fun. You know what I'm like. If I don't fall over doing it, I'll be all right, won't I? Anyway, bye for now. Thank you all for keeping me company while I finished the front and started my sleeve. Bye, you all. Yeah, you need your own channels as well. You can do them. It's dead easy to do a channel. Good night. If I can do it, anybody can, because I'm a dunce. Anyway, bye, everybody. Bye now.